All right, folks, we got a new game that we're going to be taking a look at today. This is my Mac making the bing noise. This is the Construction Simulator 2015, as you can see right here. And I played a little bit ahead of time just to see what it was like, and it is a lot of fun. I really am enjoying this game. So, we're going to call me Arthur. My company name is going to be Tanks Are Us. And I need blue for my color. Nah. Where's the big fat guy? They don't got a fat guy? Rats. Oh well. We'll be this guy. Nah. I like the orange jacket though. Don't run me over. Lights on for safety. Did it not work? You gotta hold it down after it goes. Seth's gonna be playing World of Tanks next to me here. All right, so there we go, and we're gonna go ahead and play this game. So we're gonna go through. The first thing they do is they make you go through a tutorial. I'll try to get that done as quickly as possible, and then we'll play some. I think this probably will become a series, and eventually it might. All right, so here we are at the train station in Wolfsheim. Yeah, just leave it then. Seth's trying to get the Mac started, but it's not working. Sorry, you can't do it.
Why?
It's not going to work. There you are. You must be Arthur. Why, yes, I am. It's nice to meet you. Of course it is. This is Peter, but you can call me Pete. All right, we're just going to skip the dialogue. He just is basically telling us we need to get a truck. And my guy is shocked because, I can get into the truck. One thing I will say, I'm playing this on my good computer, and even with that, man, this game is pretty hard on the graphics card. It's not, I don't want to say it's not well optimized, but considering the graphics level, it's pretty choppy. And I've got a pretty powerful computer, as you guys know, so. But maybe not as powerful as I think. All right. Pull out. Problems already with the game that I've noticed. First of all, the steering is, I think this is going to be way too loud. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I'm hoping that's better. Sorry about that. Come on, dude. The steering is awful, and you have to do a fair amount of driving in this game. Also, I'm using the Xbox 360 controller, and I have a feeling that is also awful. With the camera controls, I don't like. You have to click the joystick to look around the truck, so you have to hold down the left joystick. I don't know why by default it isn't just moving around, but then the other controls make the bed dump and stuff like that. You can see here so maybe that's why they do that. But so anyway, let's go ahead and pull over here. This is where he's taking us. He's taking us to the home base to show us all the equipment that we already own. Home base village. Da-da-da. Stage finished. Park the truck anywhere and come over to me. Okay, well, we'll just hop out. It's fine. We're going to be taking the truck back out in a minute anyway, so let's talk to Hape. All right, so he's going to have us we're going to get started here. Now he shows us here what we're supposed to do. We need to get in the truck. That right there shows you, this bar up here on the right shows you what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm going to hop into the truck, and I need to, slowly reverse and couple with the digger truck. To better navigate, you can adjust the view with the left mouse button or on your gamepad, which I usually use the left mouse button, honestly. It's easier just to reach over there than to try to do the clicking stick thing. All right, we need to connect the trailer. One of the things that I don't like, but maybe in the future it's going to be important, you have to do this right button plus up, and you'll see that little wheel on the trailer go up. It does not do the outriggers automatically. Every other game that I play, the Euro Truck Simulator, what's the other one? The Farming Simulator, Spin Tires, they all pull up the wheel by themselves. Now, if this game was like way more realistic, this guy's going to get clobbered. Don't drive too fast with a loaded trailer. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm saying a lot. There we go. There's the interior view. It's pretty cool. And one thing I do like is that when you turn, he actually turns his head. I'm sorry, there was yelling outside of my hallway, so I forgot what I was saying. My son was yelling down to my wife, telling her something about the job that they were doing, and I totally forgot where I was. That's why I was saying a lot. Sorry. I try not to do that on my videos. We're gonna make it right on red here. I do like the way the steering wheel, when you turn, you see what's ahead there. Once again, I just don't like the controls on the... Oh well, what are you gonna do? All right, so we're gonna hop back outside of the truck. The other thing I don't like is there's all these extra cameras that you don't really need. Oh. And I do that too. A lot of times I bump the left joystick and then the bed starts to move, or that becomes a problem down the road here. So the camera doesn't follow. So I needed to do, let's see, follow cam. There we go. He wants us to go into the orange cones. One thing you have to do is you have to drive slowly. You really do. And when the trailer gets added, you can see the physics are wonky already. I'm sliding because there's just a little teeny bit of a hill here that I'm pulling up, and it makes everything slide to the side. It's really bizarre. All right, so he wants me to deposit this here, and now I'm supposed to go talk to the dude. So let's go ahead and talk. Hape is telling us that went well. I said, good. What do you expect? I'm not a beginner anymore. He's going to unload the excavator for me. Boom. It's done. He says, get in the digger. Okay, I'm in the digger. Look out. We have blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they want me to excavate this little spot. The excavator has two modes. Since I'm using a joystick that has a left and right control stick, you can swivel it. You can run it. You have to press both sticks forward. It operates like a real tank, actually, or tracked vehicle. Most tracked vehicles do really operate like this. So we're going to use those sticks to drive over. I'll pull up a little bit here. And he wants us to change the vehicle mode. Now, so there's driving mode, and then when I press the B button on my joystick or whatever it is on the keyboard, it then switches me into this digger mode. And so now my left stick controls the pivot and up and down, and then my right stick controls the bucket and the arm. So we're going to put the bucket up and dig this down in. And over on the upper right-hand corner, you can see there, it shows the percentage of what I've done. I'm just going to dump this stuff off to the side. No reason to get fancy with it. He doesn't have us doing a container, so just dig down. Whoops, I put it in sideways. But it's still filling up, so that's good. Oops, almost dumped it out. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, so anyway, take this over here. Actually, I should probably go over here because he has us do more stuff here, but... Alright, dump it off there. And we're going to take this back. I apologize. I thought this would be a good time to record, but it looks like it's not going to be. Oops. So I get another big scoop full. Try to get the bucket. Wait. I wish the scooper... I guess it doesn't matter. Either way, it would be awkward, so... We're going to pull this up. Digging a little too deep there. Yeah. Right. Well, they really want you to be doing new stuff, so the hole that I'm making, unfortunately, I just keep digging deeper. It's not really counting towards what they want me to do, so I need to actually probably have to move the digger here. Grab that there. And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. I was doing great before. Yeah, like that didn't even count. Oh well. Want to back off a hair? Alright, there we go. So it's as simple as pressing B to switch to your regular mode. And we're going to dig this down. Whoa. Oh, that was it. It didn't look like I was getting much done, but I guess I was. Good work so far. Do you want to continue digging? Nah. Okay, so. Very good. Now switch back to drive mode and clear the area around the pit so that the staff can continue working. All right, so there we go. So we're going to tuck this in, and We're going to put this in drive mode, and we're going to back up. Come here to me. Pete's kind of a bossy guy. All right. Oops. Yeah, in the cockpit camera, some of the guys I've seen online playing in the cockpit camera, I kind of like to watch from the outside. Part of the fun is seeing what you're doing. So what's he going to tell me? Talk to Hape. You did good. Looks good. We need water pipes. I think 1 pallet should be enough. Where do I get that? You get it from the store. Okay, great. I'll hop in the truck. You're fired. All right, so we're going to hop in here. And I need to lower the outrigger because I'm going to detach this trailer. Yep. Any kind of game where you have to use an alternate shift button to do the camera, that's a bad idea. That's bad programming. So the outrigger is being lowered. There we go. And I can detach, so. And we're going to go into follow view. I don't understand why it's not following, but oops. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so the cameras, oh look, they put the pipe in already because of all my excellent digging. And that is how this game works. Believe it or not, you really only have to do a little bit of work. If you want to make it perfect and dig the whole thing out, you can. But you don't have to. All right, looking both ways, and we pull out. Now we're going to drive over. So the trick that I found is really just, first of all, it's easier to drive in cockpit view for sure. Keep it slow, though. Once you get over like 30 or 40 kilometers an hour, this thing gets really hard to handle. It's you know, I have the dead zone turned off all the way, and I have the sensitivity turned fairly high, and it's still really hard to steer. And I've driven trucks before, and what you got to notice is that the dead zone here is huge. It's just not realistic. So park your truck somewhere and talk to the employee at the front door. Now, since I've played, I already know that this is where the pallets are going to show up. So we're going to pull the truck back here. And then one of the things that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to press the X button or whatever it is, and you need to open the back of the truck. That way you can put stuff in it. So we're all ready to load the truck up. Let's run over here. We'll talk to whatever the guy's name is. I was supposed to say hi to him. It's Hugh or whatever. Hi, Hugh. How are you doing? Oh, Heininger. Yeah. And then we're going to buy, he wants us to get a, let's see, what do we need? I think he said pipes. Yeah, there we go. Now, when you have a job, you'll notice that the thing that you need, or multiple things, if you go through each of these categories, things that you need for the job are going to be yellow. So even further into the game, you do need to do this, and we're buying one of them. You can buy multiples, but you only need one. He said 1 pallet's fine. So we're going to purchase, and they walk you through that as you do the missions. So as you're constructing things, they will tell you exactly how much of each thing you need. Oh, I forgot. We need to get a forklift. Whenever you get a pallet, you're going to have to rent a forklift to get it. Now, the forklifts are free, so the store allows you to rent the forklift. Now, in real life, I don't think you would be driving the forklift. I think they would have an employee that would come out and load the truck. Oh, I parked on the forklift. I wonder if we can lift the truck. So that'll be fun. We don't want any accidents, right? Maybe we do. Can it lift it? Nope, too heavy. All right, we'll back up. This thing sounds like a dying cat. All right. So I am a simulator guy. I've been playing simulators since, I want to say 84, 85 was my first simulator experience. So it was with the, make this go up. No, up. No? What the heck? There we go. Oh, nope, I guess not. Too much. Just drive and talk. There we go. Okay. Now, if you push this back, it'll lock. So now the cargo will not pop off. So pushing this forward unlocks the cargo. Pulling it back locks the cargo. Oh, it sounds terrible. It says, meow. So my first simulator was the Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it was the Bruce Artwork, I think Bruce Artwick, that's it. The Bruce Artwick version. And taking it back. I think it was version 4, and you could only fly around Chicago. And everything was 16 color, so it looked pretty bad. It was crappy looking, but it was the only one that was out there, and it was fun. I remember flying all over the place, learning how to use the radios, how to navigate, like using triangulation with your radios to navigate, and wishing that the graphics were better. And it even had that version even had an aircraft designer, which was pretty cool. You could go in and design your own airplanes. So, one of the things I like about this over spin tires is that when you're going forward and I press the brake and hold it down, it does not go into reverse. It doesn't go into reverse until I press it again. Now it's in reverse. And it takes a little getting used to because most games don't do that, but I actually really like that a lot because then you're not like trying to stop and then finding yourself going backwards all of a sudden. I think that's smart. Most authors don't do that, and these guys did, and I really appreciate that. So, all right. So I need to return the vehicle. It's rented. Yes, I want to return it. Thank you for letting me use your lift truck. And so then after the Microsoft Flight Simulator 4, they came out with 5, and I think it was like 95 was the next version. And then they had a 98 version, they had a 2000 version, 2002, 2004, and then we got into FSX, which of course is the best flight simulator ever. It really hit the pinnacle. Oh, I forgot to lock stuff. Okay, so one of the things you got to do is you go to the back of the truck and press Y, and he'll tie it down. See that? Now, I can put the sides up or not. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to have those up. I just did for safety's sake. But for those of you that remember, I mean, there were all kinds of cool simulators that came out, and so these games they're obviously much more polished than they used to be. I remember the one game, and everybody was so mad, was Simcopter. Do you guys remember that game? And it was basically you played SimCity, and then you could take your SimCity map and load it into Simcopter, and you could fly around the city and rescue people and do all kinds of different helicopter missions. There were crane missions, there were ambulance rescues, there were police actions, like chasing cars and stuff. And the graphics were terrible. I mean, they were, it was once again 16 color. It was, you had to boot into, it was back in the Windows 98 days, so you had to boot into DOS to load the game. I mean, let's unfasten the load and come here. So I'm going to park over here because we're going to use the excavator to unload this. So we're going to hop out. Oh, wait. Boop. Almost forgot. We're going to detach the cargo. So anyway, this game's like a far cry from that, but they're quirky in that you've learned. See, well done. You've unloaded the pallet. We can lay the pipes by hand. I didn't unload it. Oh, we have to unload it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeehaw. Get the small excavator, and we're going to unload the pallet into the... They mark off the place where they want it with those cones. So, yeah. So anyway, you learn to live with the bugs. Simulators always have had bugs. I remember Looking Glass had a great flight simulator, but it was buggy. But they were the first ones to introduce real-time ATC, so you had air traffic control, and they would say, Piper X-ray Alpha Golf, is landing, runway 17, and you'd look in the game as you're flying, and sure enough, there was a Piper there, coming in for a landing, and that was the first time that any game really had that kind of stuff going on. You didn't have it before that. So let's see here. We're gonna boop. We're gonna lift it a little higher. There we go. And so, there was another guy I remember. Oh my gosh. Broadband software, the makers of what was it that they made? Print Shop Pro. They actually had a flight simulator. It was in 2002. It came out the same time as the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2002, and it was almost unplayable. It had so many bugs, and this was back, before the internet days. So there was nobody to really fix the problems. You had to really wait until they came out with a patch, and there we go. Come here and I'll come here. There we go. All right, so we did our job. So this game does have some bugs, and you get used to it. That went well. The pipes are unloaded, and the boys can continue. While I'm returning to the truck and the excavator to our compound, you should return the container over there to the gravel plant. I shall return in a moment.